really wasn't planning on it, but I was just getting home earlier from work and just went by my parents. And this has been a very hot week. I'd really hoped that it would rain today. It is a little bit more cloudy, which gives my plants a little bit of a break from the sun. Another thing that I always sort of am constantly aware of is just culture, and which, I mean, that's culture, giving them too much sun. But I do know that the cattleyas like their sun exposure pushed. Um, and so that's pretty much, I pretty much watch them to make sure that it's not so bad. But actually, this one I might have to move because I can see it's even down there. Um, the purpose of the video really is, well, it goes along with what I was saying, is just, day to day evaluating what needs to be done, what I have done. Uh, the priority is always checking for bugs and other things like that, problems with the plant. Secondary would be repotting, and those both of those things are done together as I bring them out from the greenhouse. Like for instance, this is my Jiminy. Is it Jiminy Cricket? It's not Jiminy Cricket. It's now I can't even think. I think it is Jiminy Cricket. And a piece of it fell off. It did have a bit of, wasn't much scale. It was just a few spots, but it was growing out of the little pot that it was in, and I really wanted to get it mounted. Um, Maybe this is my Jiminy Cricket. It does have she's, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mounted that. Like I said, a piece fell off, but that piece had a lot of roots. So yeah, you do a lot of things like that. Overall maintenance, those are the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. Things like, um, protecting spikes, for instance. I see that progressing. That is definitely going to be a spike. And also this spike on my trichosynchron, which has been pushing out. I mean, the spike has been on the plant all summer. I mean, not all summer, but all winter. Spike started last fall, and then but today is the first day that I have seen buds. Hey there, Ninja. This is going to be short. Just sort of not praising, just reflecting, because I have not, to be honest, I have not fertilized since they've been out. I haven't, over the winter, of course, I did not fertilize much. Um, but despite that, I am just amazed at just the progression of just the growth spikes without any fertilizer. I haven't fertilized yet since I've had them out. It's already, what, middle of June? That's crazy. And I mean, look, there's roots, green tip roots, there's bloom spikes. These orchids are not hurting, but there again, they could be better. I mean, I'm not, it, I wouldn't even say I'm reducing. I'm just lazy, honestly. I mean, my Parkinsonianum, I did not even water, did not even dip it, did not even dunk it once. And even this is my um, chocolate drop Kodama Catleanthe, and you can look at those roots. They're through. They were not through the back of the mount when I brought it out. The root was actually almost out. And I'm doing this one-handed because I'm holding this plant. Let me set this plant down. Ugh. That's how I make mistakes. by trying to do things with one hand. Yeah, see, you're good. You're good. But see, I haven't fertilized, and look at those roots. I mean, look at that growth. And this is all since the spring and the roots. I mean, that happened in 1 week. I haven't even fertilized. I mean, this plant is growing like that. Um, I've also noticed, I'm going to show you here in a minute, some surprises, more surprises. I am just amazed. This is another one that I mounted. I might have the tag on this one. Yeah, that's the Gutata times Cordata. But, I mean, roots. I'm happy, but it's like I hear some people say, I don't fertilize, I don't do anything, and they have all the blooms in the world, and there's my acreopsis that's just killing it. And I hope that it will give me more spikes, because these usually start spiking and then they never stop. And they just keep getting longer and longer. But I will show some surprises. Actually, there's one over there. This is just open today. This is Powella Spots. That's the name. It is Richard Mueller Sundrops Sunspots. Yeah, even this morning, this flower was barely open, and now both flowers. One thing I did pass over back here, this is just starting to open. I'm glad you hear me. I'm glad. It's always a struggle. This is my Sunset Glory that you can see it's not even open yet, but I love it. BC Sunset Glory. That's a Richard Mueller as well. Um, but down here, I that is I've shown that. That is my Richard Mueller. And then here would be my Kosh Wallace that I've shown that's got buds. And then I know this other one over here. Yeah, there's buds peeking out, or there's something. And so I moved on down to this one, which is my BC Cecilia. And I guess I did show these. There's that one spike that I showed. No, I did not show you this spike. I showed you that spike. And then today I found this spike. That is my BC Cecilia. Yeah. And this right here, which would be a first time bloom. Is it this one? I think. Well, we'll find it if it's not. It's not that one. But it still is growing very nice. I'll show it anyway. This is, I got this last fall. Bella Vista. Yeah, it's from Brazil. This is Cattleya Gutata times Forksii. And this was the largest, wow, this is the largest growth here. And then this year it put that one up, and it's still going. But you can see how much bigger that growth is, which is nice. And down here, of course, these are my encyclias that I've been showing off. I think this is the Alata. Yeah, there's Alata. And here's my Belizensis. But peeking out down in here is this unknown encyclia, this Prostechia, I believe. I think I got this did I get it from Yoshi, I believe? Wow. Something down here smells really nice, and it wasn't smelling anything this morning. And when I moved down, there's those buds right there. Hey there, Slava. There's the buds on that encyclia, which is Yamadara Queen Adelia times Randianum. And so when I come back over this way, the plant that I'm looking for is somewhere over here. Where's it at? Where are you at? Oh, it's down here. I'm sorry. Here we are. This is actually another one that I got. Look at those roots just climbing out. I mean, I'm just amazed. I have not fertilized. That's the story. The moral of my story today is, what am I doing now different than I did before? Because I haven't fertilized, and this is not brand new, but I got this over the last fall, and this is Cattleya Miss Mahler, because I got this because, I showed you the dead one out there. And the dead one is like this tall, blooms beautifully. So when I got the plant, it was just this, of course. And then it put up this growth that grew up to here. And so today I was looking, and there's buds in there. Well, hey there, Ron. That would be a flower bud, isn't it? Yeah, that would be first time. So, I mean, I haven't fertilized it. It is totally exciting. I mean, unexpected, unexpected. And here is my other David's George Tyler that's here. Pasavala George Tyler that I'm about to drop. And it's got sheaths right there. That's a sheath, and you can see that one right there that's poking out right there. Those are flower spikes. Same as this one right here. You see that right there? That's a flower spike. Or it's a sheath. I'm sorry, it's a sheath. But it will push out to a flower spike because you can see that it is pushing out. So, yeah, I am so happy about that. I am really flabbergasted because I was not expecting that to bloom, or I shouldn't say bloom because it's not bloomed yet, but I'm not expecting the growth that I'm having. I wasn't. Um, I mean, even just on other things that bloomed for me, I mean, the growths are getting just as big. So I just, I'm going to fertilize soon, hopefully this weekend, but geez Louise. I mean, even this, it's got buds popping out all over. Those are buds, 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 buds. You see that? I know you do. Those are all flowers, all the way up. All the way up. See those buds in there? That's amazing. And even this one, there's more buds. Wow. This was just the start. And it's even getting more there. Amazing. Amazing. This plant I got last fall. I just set it in this basket. There's nothing in there. I just set it in there, and it's got a new growth coming out. And I think somewhere there's roots, but there's another growth right there. And there's another one back over there. I Wow. I am so amazed There's what is that? That's a George Tyler. And this is something that I almost lost. I know you guys remember if you've watched me. This I've had this for a while. This is a Jamelia fragrance, and it actually used to be. You can see it's brown stem in there. It was a much more fuller plant, but you can see those roots that are in there, and I mean, it's it's doing okay. So I can't really complain about or whine or beat myself up about the fact that I'm not fertilizing at all. This is another thing that I was showing you guys, and this is how I know my orchids. I know I talked about this orchid because we were going to have storms last week. And a few days before, I was saying that this orchid is known as a thunderstorm orchid because it's triggered by the drop in barometric pressure. So at the time, these were dry. You can see, look at that. You see that? You see that? You see that, right? Didn't I predict that? You see that? Those are where the flowers would come out. You see that as green, right? This is Dendrobium criminatum. But yeah, that's that's what it does. And so I'm not saying that it's going to bloom because these could be kikis, but we are supposed to get some rain at some point soon. So if I show you guys blooms on this plant in the next few days, I mean, because that right there, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Interesting how not, I don't want to say predict that, but I knew that it was doing something. And that's just watching your plants and reading, doing your research, those kind of things. This is another something that I babied back to health. It's fallen out so many times because it's really not tight in there. It's just bark is sitting on top of it. But the growths are coming up and there's roots. And in fact, the other day, I noticed that one in there, there's more roots in there. There's that one that's actually touching it. So I think that little seedling is going to be okay. That's SL or Petii times nodosa. Nodosa. Um, what else is Oh, no, I already showed you this one. You know what? I'm probably not going to show you much more because I just realized that it is freaking 90 degrees out here. But yeah, these grows. I'm gonna get some. There's a flower spike there on my convolutum, and in fact, another surprise is this. That I got this as a division, and it bloomed really nice, and I potted it up. And these are really really hard to get established as a division. But you see right there. There's another spike coming. Yay! This is one of my Laturias. This is Nishi. Wonder Nishi. Uh, I don't know what it. Well, I do know what it is, but I don't know it off the top of my head. It's Alexandria something. Polysema. I don't know. Speaking of Polysema, I have my Finisterre, which is in the greenhouse. Or did I bring it out? No, I didn't bring it out, but it's going to be opening soon. Um, yeah, that is going to be good. And this is something else. I think I did show this already on a video. This is my Phalaenopsis that I got from somewhere overseas. It came from Thailand, maybe, and it came leafless. But as you can see, there's that leaf coming out. These are deciduous Phalaenopsis. They can lose their leaves in the winter. Brachiana, that's what it is. Phalaenopsis brachiana is a species. And something else that I'm really happy, I got these little bare root divisions from Florida Suncoast Orchids. This is Reginae species that I'd always wanted. Always heard that this was more of a cooler grower, but it was just a bare root. I mounted it on this piece of a cork. I mounted it on this cork, and I noticed that, where was I at? That's a new growth. I don't see any roots yet, but I'm happy with a new growth. I really am. There's that. That is my Joyce Stewart giving me more flowers. Wow, there's just so much. Over here, I'm pretty sure that this is possibly going to be a flower spike. And this is my, right here, and Gracum Lady Lisa. You can see that right there. That's either a kiki or a flower spike. I am almost certain that it's a flower spike. I mean, look at the development of it. It looks like there's two separate things going on in there, doesn't it? What's that? Is that a root and something? My camera's not wanting to focus. But it sure looks like that's going to be a flower spike. Angraecum, Lady Lisa, that's Magdaleni times Scotianum. Yay, I'm hopeful. They're all doing so great. Here's one of my Magdalenis. These are really doing well. You can see they're growing up, as is this one has a new leaf. And this is my longest Scott that's got that new. I am very happy. Here's a plant right here that's got a sheath in it. That's a sheath. Isn't that a sheath? Maybe not. Maybe it's dirt. It could be dirt. Sorry. BLC Wild Exotic accent. Maybe I'm wishful thinking. I'm just so happy and pleased. And of course, here's my Crestwood here. And Gracum Crestwood. Still looking for some new roots. But anyway, let me just walk over here real quick and then I will get off of here. Yeah, because yeah, that's the same thing what I was saying. That is a flower spike. Flower spike. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is that's going to be a flower spike. That's Dockerilla striatum. Yeah. And what else? Let me see. Guess that is about it. But I'm happy with these. These are all kind of well, they're not recovering, but there's a new growth there. This is my jungle elf times a clandii, really small. But then down here, I've got, well, I don't want to talk about that one. Down here, these have been sprayed for bugs. That's why they're down low. But you can see they're putting out the growths and the roots in there. That is my Procatovola Wolfong Jade. And then here is my another chocolate drop cross. And you can look, you see how it looks all ratty. I dealt with scale, but you can see that right there at the base there. This has been a constant struggle with scale, just spraying it and weak plant. But I'm hoping that growth pushes through and gets some roots on that plant. Same as with this one. This is my BC Patricia that I mounted up. These were all in pots, and I mounted them up in the fall, and they're just now putting out growth. There's growth, and there's growth. Plant looks ratty, but it will recover. It will recover for sure. This is also another one that has been sprayed. It had some scale, and this is my Vita Lee that blooms religiously for me, and it is putting up a growth there. And there's another one right down there. So yeah, this is something that I'm really looking forward to. But the growths are just phenomenal. I can't really complain. I mean, this is already as big as, or potential to be as big as a blooming size, and that is one of the rare Schomburgki crosses that I have. Richard Mueller times Schomburgkia thomsoniana. Has previously flowered, not for me. I got a division last summer or last fall, and nice growth. Nice growth here on that Encyclia Carol wood, and it may actually give me, it may not. And then this one, it's got those two growths. So yeah, I, and again, up here, I think I might have, no, there's growth here. This is a Beppy Phoenix, another one. But yeah, anyway, I am really happy, surprised more than anything that, you know, the way things are growing. Um, so, I mean, everything has growths coming on it. These were all put up last year, mounted, new growths coming out there. Even that one, this is the last one, the only one that survived. Maybe I have a couple more, but when I got my plants burned last winter in front of the heater, this is one that I had. This is a David Sander, and it had bloomed, and it saved one. Well, I guess it saved, yeah, cane, one cane, and it's putting up another. But you can see the roots, and this is just a ceramic mount. So yeah, good news all around, all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even my divisions of my BC peach bird. This is one that I just got, and there's a root right there. You can see it, just bare root. I don't think that one over there is doing anything, but you know what? I'm just going to close this because I'm going to mess that spike up. I know I am. I know I am. But I think I've shown you enough, and I'm sweating like a pig if you don't believe me. Look, the things you do for love. Anyway, that was for you, Ron. No, I'm just kidding. It's for everybody. I love everybody. Um, thank you. That was terrible. Wow. Sweat hog. Okay. Yeah, let me get out of here. Hey there. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, Slava. But yeah, this is my cuckolata that's got, it's just going off. And then I am just, wow. Maybe that's not doing it. Okay. So let me say goodbye for now. And I'll just end it on my favorite thing right now. Looks like I should be able to chew on it like licorice. I've always wanted that melaniflora, whatever it is, I can't pronounce it, but it's a cool grower, and so we'll see how this one goes. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for showing up. I appreciate it, and I'll leave this on the Friday's Most Fragrantest. Yes, I could wear that. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, guys. Love you, and see you soon. Ciao. Enjoy your orchids. Bye.